We've met with him twice. He's clear about his expectations. And he's met them.
Yes, Councilor.
In a stellar manner.
Okay, listen, the argument is whether it's February or whether it's August. You know, to me, that's more, Mike, if it's February, like you say, okay, I'm going to agree with you, it's February, okay? It sounds plausible to me. However, do we want to wait until after we get through February 15th to make this expectations, or would it be prudent to stop the process now, have a workshop today, you know, have a public meeting, a public hearing, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks from now, before the February 15th, or, I mean, I don't understand the argument. I'm trying to follow the argument. I can't.
To the chair, I would like to add that, quite frankly, one of the #1 major priorities this town manager has facing him in the next 6 weeks is to produce a budget. Do you think we could let the man have time to do that? Do you think we could?
Well,
You want to, that is his #1 priority. And frankly, it's all of ours too. And I don't know how much you want to throw at him. You want to make him break? You think you'd snap your fingers to produce a $26 million budget in 6 weeks? It's not easy, Mr. Furtado. It's not easy. So, really, that's the #1 priority we have here, and I think he's clear about that. I think all of us are.
Thank you, Councilor David. Councilor Coleman?
Through the chair, to address Councilor Furtado's point, I don't think that this is a bad time to start. What I see is that there is what could be interpreted as an attempt at reducing transparency by not televising this meeting. That was my objection. I have no problem with addressing this right away. But what I have a huge problem with is not allowing this to be televised, and to address the citizens' concern. I don't believe that it's a small, tiny minority that has cable in this town. I'm sure that there's quite a few folks, unfortunately, that can't afford it, and that are lucky to be able to get over-the-air TV. And I understand, and I thank the library for their service of having available that for interested citizens that can't, may have a DVD player but don't have cable on it, and that is commendable. Thank you.
Actually, excuse me if I may, through the chair, we don't provide that service because we would have to pay for the DVDs, which would come out of our budget.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, and it's not just Time Warner cable customers, but there are other people that don't have any service. Plus, there are people that go through satellites, Dish Network, and all these other networks that's not available through them. So.
And that brings up a point that perhaps we should be looking at some type of internet delivery in the future for these meetings, but that's not the subject of tonight's discussion.
Yes.
Not with all due respect, I understand.
I don't think you do.
Wait a minute, show me some courtesy. I'm not asking Mark to town manager, excuse me, for a list of expectations or for him to, get bogged down with this. This is for us. This is for us and the people to decide what we feel the office should do. I'm not saying, hey, Mark, stop doing your budget stuff. Stop, let's pull the horses back. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying we need to set. Believes that the hiring was in February, and part of the council believes that the hiring was not in August. Well, if we believe what part of the council saying it's in February, which is coming up sooner.
That's not what I said.
Well, I'm a little confused on what you said,
It's
but
right
based
there.
on based on what I'm hearing. I'm listening to what you're saying. And I'm just saying that if we're going to move forward, let's move forward as a group. While they're working on their budget, they're doing their hiring stuff. They come up with a budget, a $26.5 million budget. Let me reiterate it, a $26.5 million budget. Let Mark and the department heads come up with that budget, and in the meantime, the business of the council to set expectations for the only office that we can set expectations for is his office.
We have a list of expectations.
Well, somebody has given me, because I've been here for 2 months and I haven't seen any expectations. So, I mean, it seems like it's what they call, it's innuendo. It's assumed. Because everything that you're saying, he's under the assumption. He's assuming he knows what he's doing. And frankly, as his quote-unquote boss, is what we are, right? I would like expectations of what?
Read the charter.
I did read the charter, I said
You need
annually,
to
Robert, so
execute.
the argument becomes whether or not it's February or whether it's August. That's the argument, that's the crux of the argument. So instead of just arguing back and forth all night long, let's just come up with a framework, anything, because there's nothing set in stone.
Either way, it needs to be done and televised. Yes, sir.
Phil Collins, 50 knowing a little bit about cameras and things, is it possible that we can just press record and start recording this right now? And another question to address the gentleman that spoke earlier about access. Would we be able to upload these meetings to YouTube? Because that's free service, and everyone could do it who has a computer. I'm sure we're all fairly computer savvy. It's just a couple suggestions. Follinsby, Follandsbee.
Yes.
Mr. Pearson, are you the least bit confused about the topic of tonight's meeting, that it's not about Person Pearson, it's about the office?
I can say yes, I understand what the point is that the charter was developed to have a list of expectations, goals, and expectations for a manager, and obviously, yes, I understand what the charter says.
It is indeed, and I'll have to reiterate, Charter Commissioner Mike Valente invented this to protect town managers so they have an outline to perform to and not have to deal with the circus act of several different egos giving them a call or an email, do this, do this. And do you have the charter thing in front of you, 409.1? It does not say invite 8,600 citizens into the room to join in this discussion. They could have come for 2 years to the charter meetings. They could come to any council meeting to live in welfare. You have a flyer in the town clerk's office with your home addresses and your phone numbers and your emails. They can reach you 24 hours a day with what they feel should be the job of the council, the job of the town manager, stop the ocean, recycle, whatever. That's not what tonight's agenda item is about. That's not what the charter says. And right now, you're supposed to be doing informally brainstorming the outline that honors the triangulation between the charter, the council, and the office that this gentleman occupies, so that he can feel safe